Imagine $50 million flowing into your life effortlessly, as if it were the most natural thing in the world. Picture yourself waking up each morning with complete peace in your heart, knowing that your needs are met, your dreams are fulfilled, and your bank account is overflowing with wealth. This isn't a daydream or a fantasy. It's the power of letting the universe work for you instead of feeling like you have to force everything to happen on your own. The universe is like a loving friend who wants to help you succeed. When you trust in its guidance and align yourself with its natural flow, you open the door to blessings beyond anything you've ever imagined. Most people think that making a lot of money has to be hard. They believe they need to struggle, work long hours, or sacrifice their happiness just to get ahead. But the truth is, money doesn't have to be a fight. Money is energy. It's all around you, moving through people, businesses, and opportunities every second of the day. There's more than enough for everyone. And when you learn to tap into that flow, you'll discover that $50 million isn't just for the lucky few. It's for anyone who is willing to believe in the power of the universe to provide. The key is to learn how to get in sync with that power so it can bring you the wealth you desire. This is not about wishful thinking or trying to trick the universe. It's about stepping into a new way of seeing yourself and your relationship with money. When you shift your mindset from seeing money as hard to earn to seeing it as a natural part of life, everything changes. You stop fighting and start receiving. You stop doubting and start trusting. You begin to feel like a magnet for abundance because you are no longer pushing it away with your thoughts and fears. Instead, you're inviting it in with open arms, knowing that it belongs to you by divine right. Think about how different your life could be if $50 million was on its way to you right now. How would you feel waking up each day with complete confidence that you're financially secure, that you can help others, and that you can live your dreams without worrying about bills or debts? Imagine the freedom that would bring, the ability to travel, to give, to experience all the joys that life has to offer. That's the power of letting the universe work for you. And it starts with one simple decision: to believe that it's possible and to open yourself to the flow of abundance that is already all around you. Everywhere you look, people are struggling to make ends meet. They work long hours, juggle multiple jobs, and feel like they're always one step behind. They live with stress, worry, and doubt, believing that wealth is something that only happens for other people, never for them. But the real reason most people miss out on true abundance isn't because they're lazy or unlucky. It's because they're not aligned with the universe's natural flow of wealth. They've been taught to see money as something separate from themselves, something hard to get, and something that requires constant effort to achieve. From a young age, we're told that money is hard to come by. We hear things like, money doesn't grow on trees, or you have to work hard for every penny. These ideas sink deep into our minds, shaping the way we see wealth. We start to believe that unless we sacrifice, struggle, and push ourselves to the limit, we can never be truly rich. But here's the truth that no one tells you. Money is energy, and it responds to the energy you send out into the world. If you send out thoughts of struggle, doubt, and lack, that's exactly what you'll get in return. Most people don't realize that by focusing on lack and limitation, they're actually blocking the flow of money into their lives. They spend their days worrying about bills, debt, and financial problems. And in doing so, they create a mental wall that stops money from reaching them. It's like trying to swim upstream in a river. No matter how hard they try, they never seem to get where they want to go. They might make small gains here and there, but they always end up back where they started, wondering why nothing ever changes. Another reason most people miss out is that they try to control everything. They think they have to figure out every detail, plan every step, and work every hour to make things happen. They don't trust that the universe has their back. They don't realize that when they let go of trying to force things, they actually open themselves to receiving even more. The universe is like a wise gardener. It knows how to grow your wealth in ways you could never imagine. But it can't do that if you're always digging up the seeds with worry and doubt. So many people also miss out because they believe wealth is only for a special few. They think that unless they have a certain background, education, or family name, they can never be rich. But the universe doesn't care about any of that. The universe responds to your energy, your thoughts, and your beliefs. It doesn't judge whether you're good enough or smart enough. It simply reflects back to you what you believe to be true. When you start to believe that wealth is your natural right, the universe can't help but bring it to you. Let me share with you the story of Sarah. Just a few months ago, Sarah was like so many others, stressed out, overworked, and barely scraping by. She was working 2 jobs just to keep up with the bills, and even then, she always seemed to be behind. Every time she thought she was getting ahead, something would happen. A car repair, a medical bill, or an unexpected expense, and she'd find herself right back where she started. She felt trapped, like no matter what she did, she could never get ahead. Sarah's story is not unique. Millions of people around the world are living just like her, working hard but never really getting anywhere. The constant struggle takes its toll. It wears people down, leaves them exhausted, and steals their hope. But Sarah's story has a twist, and it's the twist that can change your life too. One day, Sarah came across the same thought process I'm about to share with you. At first, she was skeptical. How could changing her thinking make such a big difference? But she was tired of struggling and decided to give it a try. Within the first week, Sarah experienced something she couldn't explain. She received a letter in the mail saying she'd won $5,000 in a local contest she didn't even remember entering. It felt like a miracle. A few days later, her small side business that had never really taken off suddenly exploded with orders, and she made $25,000 in a single day. By the end of the month, she got a call from a lawyer telling her that a distant relative she'd never met had left her an inheritance worth $2.3 million. Sarah went from living paycheck to paycheck to being a millionaire in just a few weeks. When Sarah shared her story, people around her couldn't believe it. They said it was luck or coincidence. But Sarah knew better. She understood that it wasn't just about what happened, but how she had changed the way she thought about money. She'd stopped seeing money as something hard to get and started seeing it as something that naturally flowed to her. She let go of the fear, the doubt, and the constant struggle. She trusted the universe to bring her what she needed, and it delivered in ways she could never have planned. Sarah's story shows that this process works for ordinary people. You don't have to be a financial expert or a business genius. You just have to be willing to change the way you think about money and allow the universe to work for you. When you do that, miracles can happen. Money can show up in your life in ways you never imagined. and $50 million can be just the beginning of the blessings waiting for you. Most people think that if they want something badly enough, the universe will bring it to them. They believe that desperation, longing, and constant focus will somehow force things to happen. But in truth, wanting something too much often has the opposite effect. When you're desperate for money, love, or anything else, you're sending out a message of lack and need. The universe, in turn, reflects that energy back to you, keeping you stuck in the very place you're trying to escape. Imagine trying to catch a butterfly. If you chase it frantically, it always seems to stay just out of reach. But if you sit quietly, relaxed, and patient, the butterfly might come and land on your hand. That's exactly how money works in the universe. When you chase it with desperation, it runs away. When you trust and allow, it finds its way to you. This is why letting go of desperation is one of the most important steps to manifesting wealth. Think about the times in your life when money came to you easily. Maybe it was a small gift, a surprise bonus at work, or finding money on the street. In those moments, you weren't desperate. You weren't thinking about how badly you needed money. You were relaxed and open to receiving, and the universe responded. That's the secret most people miss. It's not about wanting or needing. It's about allowing and trusting that the universe knows exactly how to bring money to you. When you let go of desperation, you make space for abundance. You give the universe room to work its magic. You stop trying to force things and start allowing them to happen naturally. This doesn't mean you sit back and do nothing. It means you do what feels good and right, but you trust that the universe will take care of the details. When you relax and let go, you invite wealth into your life in ways you can't even imagine. There's a simple but powerful shift in thinking that changes everything when it comes to money. Most people spend their lives thinking, I need money, I want money, or I don't have enough money. These thoughts come from a place of lack and fear, and they keep you stuck in that same energy. But when you shift your thinking from wanting to allowing, you open the door to abundance. Instead of thinking, I need money, you start thinking, Imagine your breath. You don't worry about where your next breath is coming from. You don't sit around thinking, I hope there's enough air for me to breathe. You simply breathe, trusting that the air is always there. That's the exact way you need to think about money. Money is like air. It's always around you, always available, and always flowing. When you trust that money will come to you just like your breath does, you remove the resistance that keeps it away. Think about how this shift feels. When you think, I need money, there's a tightness in your chest, a feeling of worry and fear. But when you think, money flows to me naturally, there's a sense of calm and ease. That feeling is the key. The universe responds to your feelings even more than your words. When you feel calm and certain, you become a magnet for wealth. When you feel desperate and worried, you push it away. This shift in thinking is simple but powerful. It's about choosing to believe that money is your friend, not your enemy. It's about knowing that the universe wants you to be abundant and is always working to bring you more. When you hold this thought in your mind, money naturally flows to me. You align yourself with the energy of abundance. And when you align with abundance, the universe has no choice but to respond. Visualization is a powerful tool, but most people do it the wrong way. They close their eyes and picture what they want, but deep down, they still feel the lack of it. It's like trying to drive a car with one foot on the gas and one foot on the brake. You're sending mixed messages to the universe, and nothing happens. The key to effective visualization is to feel as if you already have what you want, to make it feel normal and natural, not like something extraordinary. Think about how you feel when you're at home. You don't walk around thinking, I hope I can stay here, or what if my home disappears? You just live there, naturally and without effort. That's how you need to visualize money. Close your eyes and see yourself checking your bank account with millions in it, but do it with the same calmness you'd feel checking the weather. It's not a big deal. It's just a normal part of your life. Take it further. Picture yourself buying whatever you want, but do it casually, like picking up a coffee on the way to work. Imagine helping others with your wealth, but do it with the same natural feeling as holding a door open for a friend. The point is to make wealth feel normal, not something you have to strive for or fight to achieve. When wealth feels normal, the universe aligns with that feeling and brings it to you. When you do this right, you'll feel a shift inside. You'll feel lighter, more relaxed, and more confident. That feeling is your sign that the universe is listening. It means you're aligning your energy with the flow of abundance, and money can now find its way to you. Practice this visualization every day, morning and night, but remember, the feeling is what matters most. When you feel wealthy, the universe has no choice but to make it real. Bringing $50 million into your life isn't about doing one thing once and then hoping for the best. It's about building simple daily habits that keep you aligned with the energy of abundance. These habits don't need to be complicated or take hours of your time. In fact, the simpler they are, the more powerful they become because you can do them every day, naturally and easily. Every morning, before you check your phone or start your day, spend a few minutes feeling wealthy. Close your eyes and feel the peace that comes from knowing your bank account is full. Imagine the joy of being able to help anyone who needs it, the freedom to buy what you want without worry, and the confidence that all your bills are taken care of. Let that feeling sink in before you do anything else, because it sets the tone for your entire day. Throughout the day, every time you spend money, even if it's just a few dollars on a coffee, take a deep breath and think, more money is already flowing back to me. When you pay bills, smile and think, money flows both ways and it always returns multiplied. These small thoughts are like little seeds that grow into bigger blessings. They keep your energy open and positive, and they remind the universe that you trust its process. At night, before you go to bed, reflect on your day from the perspective of a wealthy person. Think about everything you already have, your home, your food, your clothes, and feel grateful from a place of abundance, not lack. Appreciate the blessings in your life, big and small, and know that even more are on the way. These simple habits reinforce your new money mindset and keep you aligned with the universe's flow of wealth. Even when you're doing everything right, doubt and fear can still creep in. They're part of the old programming that kept you stuck in the past. Your mind might whisper, "This isn't working," or "It's too good to be true." When that happens, don't panic. Remember that doubt is just your old self trying to protect you. Thank it for trying to help, and then gently return to your new thought pattern. Another challenge you might face is dealing with negative people around you. They might laugh at your new mindset or tell you that you're being unrealistic. You don't need to convince them. You don't need to explain or defend your manifestation practice. Just smile, thank them for their concern, and keep focusing on your vision. Their doubt cannot stop your blessings unless you let it. One of the trickiest blocks is what I call the evidence trap. This is when you look at your current bank account and let it shake your faith. Remember, your current financial situation is the result of your old thoughts. It's like looking in the rearview mirror while driving forward. When you catch yourself doing this, immediately shift your focus to where you're going, not where you've been. Fear of success can also block your manifestation. Sometimes, deep down, we're afraid of how wealth might change our lives or relationships. If this fear comes up, remind yourself that money only amplifies who you already are. If you're a good person, more money means you can do even more good in the world. Release the fear and trust that the universe wants you to be wealthy because it knows you'll use that wealth wisely. One of the most exciting parts of this journey is recognizing the signs that the universe is bringing your $50 million to you. These signs often start as small shifts in how you feel about money. You might notice that you're not as stressed when you buy things. You might feel more at ease paying bills or talking about money. This emotional shift is important because it means your new thought pattern is taking root. Next, you might start to see little money-related coincidences in your life. Maybe you find money in unexpected places, or someone gives you financial advice that makes a difference. Maybe new business opportunities show up, or someone offers to help you in a way you didn't expect. These are all signs that the universe is responding to your new money frequency. Celebrate them no matter how small they seem. Watch how people treat you. Sometimes, before the big money arrives, people start treating you like you're already wealthy. You might get better service at stores or restaurants. Strangers might be more respectful. Business opportunities might appear out of nowhere. These are all signs that your energy is shifting and that the universe is preparing you to receive even more abundance. The biggest sign that your manifestation is working is when you stop worrying about signs altogether. You reach a place of deep trust and confidence. You know in your heart that the money is coming and you don't need constant proof anymore. This unshakable certainty is often the final step before major wealth shows up in your life. Now you know the exact thought process that can bring $50 million into your life. You understand that it's not about working harder or chasing money desperately. It's about shifting your thoughts, feelings, and habits to align with the universe's natural flow of abundance. By letting go of desperation, by thinking, money naturally flows to me, and by visualizing wealth as a normal part of your life, you're opening the door to blessings beyond your imagination. Remember to build simple daily habits that reinforce this new mindset. Every morning, every evening, and every time you spend money, choose thoughts of abundance over thoughts of lack. When doubts come up, thank them and gently return to your new thought pattern. Trust that the universe wants you to be wealthy, not just for your sake, but so you can do more good in the world. As you see small signs of success, celebrate them. Let each one remind you that the universe is working in your favor. Stay focused, stay grateful, and keep your energy aligned with the flow of abundance. The $50 million is already on its way, and it's only a matter of time before it becomes your reality. Believe it, feel it, and allow it in. The universe is ready to bless you beyond your wildest dreams.